Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to part 18 of the Elden Ring full playthrough walkthrough. In this section of the walkthrough, we're going to do a little bit of cleanup. So, it turns out that I forgot a couple things here in Caelid that I never knew existed. One of them is an Evergaol, and then the other is a tower along this road. It's actually like sort of right above the Sellia gateway. I never knew it was accessible, so we're going to go there as well. And then, after we do those two things, we are going to go up here to this place. This is called the Ruin-Strewn Precipice. This is it's kind of like a mine. It's sort of like an outdoor mini dungeon sort of cave thing. That will bring us to ALTUS Plateau. And then this is a little long, so those are really the only 2 or 3 things we're going to do. We're going to do the Evergaol and the tower in Caelid, and then we're going to warp up here and do the Ruin-Strewn Precipice. So this is... The reason I'm doing this, rather than going to the freshly unlocked area here in Limgrave, in the Mistwood Ruins, which unlocks after you defeat Radahn, the reason I'm continuing along the above-ground path, we'll call it, is because if I were to go to this area in the Mistwood Ruins, by the time we finished it, we would be really overpowered for ALTUS Plateau. I think Gelmir may still give us a little bit of trouble after doing this area, but for the sake of just keeping things balanced and keeping things a bit of a challenge to make this walkthrough relatable and actually helpful, I'm not going to do that. We're going to go there later. But in this part, we're just going to do some cleanup and then end it once we finish the Ruin-Strewn Precipice. So more on that in a little bit. So we are here in the Aeonia Swamp. There's actually a site of grace that I missed right here. So that's going to be our first destination. Let me turn back on the UI because I was taking screenshots earlier. I'll show you my stats. Currently level 89 with 57 Vigor, 26 Mind, 14 Endurance, 12 Strength, 32 Dex, 9 Intelligence, 8 Faith, 10 Arcane. So I'm going to be putting 3 more points into Vigor before I completely stop doing anything with that stat. The final soft cap is 60, and then after that you just get a lot of diminishing returns. Okay, so we're going to go south from our starting point here, and then we're just going to activate a Site of Grace. Maybe we'll find an item along the way. Oh yeah, hey, how you doing? I literally, that was not scripted. I didn't know this was here. I have no idea what this is. Sacred Ring of Light. Interesting. Okay. That makes sense. It comes from the Aeonia soldiers. Caelid, I have to admit, like, first off, I have to kind of apologize. I am not familiar with Caelid as much as I thought I was. I clearly skipped a lot of stuff here during my first playthrough. Like, if I were to log back into my main character, I would have missed a lot. So, I'm sorry that this Caelid section of the walkthrough is not as thorough as it really should be. It's not my intention for that to be that way. Cool. Alright. Where's my marker? My marker's up here. There should be a Site of Grace. Oh, great, right here. Okay, let's grab this. Very cool. And then let's get up to that tower. So I think probably the best way to do this is to actually start at the Church of the Plague. So this church is accessible after you finish Sellia, Town of Sorcery. Become accessible after that. Alright, and then we should go down this way. There should be a road. Yep, perfect. Alright, let's see what's down here. Oh, I thought... Okay. I actually really don't want to be fighting these things if I can help it. Yeah, I was staring at this one thinking that it was an NPC, but it's clearly a bat mother. Oh boy. Yeah, let's just keep moving. Oh, that was weird. Well, that's cool. It like overlooks the desert here. Alright. So we got a giant over there. Quite a number of demi-humans here. That's interesting. I'm sure the lore implication of these demi-humans being here. Just take care of them real quick. You hop around a lot, bro. Now, let me get rid of this marker on the map. Is there anything up here? Oh, there's pots. That's interesting. Might there be a pot up here? One for the collection? No? Oh boy. Oh, he throws magic jars. That's why they're over here. Okay, let's kill this giant. Yep. Maybe he'll drop a pot. Oh boy. I have truly no idea. I've literally never been up here. No? Oh well. It's interesting. Where there's pots, there's usually like a pot for you, you know? Oh well. Okay. Anything on the other side of this tree, maybe? No. All good. I wonder if you could see Radon from here while you're, like before you kill him. I kind of doubt it, because you can't see him from the beach either. All right. Clearly, there's going to be something waiting for us. Whoa! Hello. That was quite shocking. Huh! Whoa, bloodstains. That's you. Yep, no, that makes sense. Black key bolt. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Black key bolt. Oh, it's a bolt, right? Bolts used in Creepus's Black Key crossbow, an assassin's tool of exquisite craftsmanship. The intricate spiral tip bores deep, injecting scarlet rot far into the flesh of its target. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see Van Patten's bolt. All right, so this leads to the tower. I just watched American Psycho for the 800th time last night, so it's fresh on the mind. There may be some quotes in this video. All right. What do we got in here? Sword fighter ahead. Whoa. And a ram? Hey, bro. Look. Oh, God. I'm trying to kill him this way he doesn't interrupt too much. Okay, there we go. Man, they weren't kidding, sword fighter ahead. Swamp Lookout Tower. Yep, never been in here. Oh. Hit me with the Bloodhound step, bro. There you go. Eternal Darkness. Dude, what? Eternal Darkness. Forbidden sorcery of Sellia, Town of Sorcery. Creates a space of darkness that draws in sorceries and incantations. This sorcery can be cast while in motion. Originally lost sorcery of the Eternal City, the despair that brought about its ruin made manifest. Whoa. I would love to know what that actually looks like. Is that it? Can you not climb this tower? It's a little shocking. Okay. Visions of Death. That makes a lot of sense, but we're going to try it anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if this is pointless. Like, if there is nothing here. It would not surprise me in the slightest. Whoa. Thank God for the double jump. Oh, God. How am I not dead, dude? This is crazy. Okay, well. We're actually right back where we started. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so that's that. Next is the Evergaol, which is somewhere in this area. Let me look at my map again. Yeah, it's like right near the abandoned cave. So it's going to be right here. Let's go to the smoldering wall and follow the wall towards that marker, because being 100% honest, I really have no idea where this Evergaol is. Or, like, even who the boss of the Evergaol is. Wow, is it really just on that cliff? Is that it? Okay, maybe. Gotta get over there, though. Okay, a better place to start is actually outside the tower, I guess. Dragon Barrow West, maybe? Yeah, okay, let's try this. There's a bit of a discovery mission here. Okay. That's the map. I know I just sort of blitzed through this area. Let's kill a couple dragons real quick. Oh, yeah, that's what I get. Can I just fight you alone? I have a feeling that this is a respawning dragon, so there, like, really may not be a huge purpose of killing this thing. Yo, bleed, bro. There we go. Little bleed action on him. Ow. Killed my mount, bro. It's not cool. Pretty sure this one respawns. Like, there are a few in this area that respawn even after you've killed Grail. So. But just to be safe, you never know. Maybe something will drop. Like I said, I'm sort of cleaning up this area, doing stuff that I haven't actually done myself yet. I'm hoping that the boss of the Evergaol is like a boss that has repeated, you know, like a boss that I can actually help you with. What we got here? Wow. Not helpful. Alright, let's just go. I'm actually... My money's kind of on Clean Rot Knight. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking this is probably going to be. Oh, Jesus. I did not see that. I didn't realize that thing was sleeping. Hello, giant scarab. Wow. Okay. Probably nothing, right? Yeah. What do we got? Sellia Evergaol. Okay. What do we got in here? Who are we fighting? Oh. Just a Battlemage? Well, these guys have fun spells. Yeah, of course you have that. That's repeatable. And then he also has the hammer. Whoa. Okay. Bro, how many times are you going to do this? Can you please use, like, the big squeaky hammer? That'd be so much fun. Not that. Usually these guys can use, like, the big bonk hammer. Not the head. No. Come on. Maybe not. Maybe this one doesn't have it. Maybe that's specific. There it is. I love that thing. It reminds me of, like... I feel like it should have the SpongeBob squeak sound. Like... That's what it reminds me of. Cool. That's Battlemage Hugues. Interesting. Okay. Cool. All right. Never knew that. Let's see what his Ash has to tell us. Oh, it's legendary? Interesting. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell used to summon the spirit Battlemage Hugues. Hugues came from Sellia to study the Haima Conspectus at the Academy, where he became a Battlemage. Haima scholars seek to quell conflict with cannon fire and the gavel, but Hugues developed a longing for it. Interesting. So the spells that this is referring to are the ones we found in one of the puzzle towers. It's these two. Cannon of Haima and Gavel of Haima. These are the two spells. Okay, so that is the rest of Caelid, I suppose. Just check, make sure there's no like crazy items I've missed here. I don't think there are. Alrighty. Cool and interesting. Great. All right, let's go back to Liurnia now, and so let's go to the Sorcerer's Isle side of Grace, and we'll go up the river. And we will begin. So you just want to head north. Whoops, wrong way. You want to head north. You're just going to follow the river. And this area that we're going to is called the Ruin-Strewn Precipice. We're actually going to kind of stop riding Torrent. I think it's called like the Ruin-Strewn Town or Settlement or something like that. And then there's a ladder that leads to the dungeon. If you were to have spoken with Rhea way back when we first started the Liurnia walkthrough, and you get her locket back, she gives you the invitation to Volcano Manor. She tells you that there is another way to get to ALTUS Plateau. She says, you know, there's the Grand Lift of Dectus, but you can scale the mountain and get through another way. And that is what this is. This ends in a fight with a Magma Wyrm, which is really one of my least favorite repeating boss fights in the game. I just don't enjoy them at all. But, you know, we'll take care of it. This is actually one of my favorite dungeons, that boss aside, because it feels like very contextual. You know, you have the Grand Lift, but it seems like that's really for either royalty or, you know, the folks who are invited to ALTUS Plateau. This Ruin-Strewn Precipice is the workers' way. You know, it's like the folks that are in the mines. It's meant for them. It's not meant for normal folk. So I dig that. I just want to check up here. Yeah. Okay. So there's this guy. I believe this path leads back to Bellum Church, which is another way you can do this. And I think that there is a vendor up here. Yeah, I see him over there. Got a couple miners there. That's sort of starting the... it's kind of starting the path, you know? All right. What do you got for us, bud? Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 13. Great arrows and ballista bolt. The rift shield. Small metal round shield depicting a sinister rift. Interesting. Antiquated charm that glares back at an enemy. It boosts focus. That has parry, not Buckler's parry, which is interesting. Just regular parry. And the blue crest heater shield. I feel like this is the one that the Confessor starts with, but this is not the Confessor's. This is not the vendor that sells the Confessor set. That one is in Gelmir. So it's the composite bow. Bewitching branch. This is actually a rare item. You need this to solve a puzzle, unless you have the Fanged Imp Ashes. If you do, then you don't need it. But interesting item. It basically bewitches enemies to fight each other. So pretty cool. How many rune arcs do I own? 19. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, this leads back to Bellum Church. And because we cleared out the Frenzy Flame Village and we fought Vike, we have a fingerprint grape in our inventory. Which should be right here. Exactly. This is the fingerprint grape dropped by Vike. It says, Eyeball of the Night Vike, inflamed yellow. Seared with a repulsive fingerprint burn akin to those that marred his entire body. If offered to the blind maiden, it will lead her to the source of the distant light, allowing her to become a finger maiden. So we can give this to Hyetta here. I really should have done this last time, but that's okay. If we give her the fingerprint grape, she will move to her final location after you exhaust her dialogue. That final location is somewhere within Lanedale Royal Capital. But for now, This is a Radigan statue, not a America statue. Huh. Interesting. I don't recall any church that had a Radigan statue. Anyway, she will go to her final location within Lanedale Royal Capital. It's the Legacy Dungeon of ALTUS Plateau, but we'll do that another time. And in case you're wondering where we are, it's right up here at Bellum Church, so it's another way to get down. But let's just continue. You can kill these miners if you like. We're just going to leave them alone. Interestingly, you could actually shoot a fire arrow at the barrel there, and it'll blow up. All right. Now, I do want to mention. I'll mention it once we get there, because I want to timestamp it to make sure that everybody gets the information, even if they're just skipping around using timestamps. All right, be sure to grab this golden seed here. You may get poisoned in the process. Okay. And then there's a Site of Grace here. But there's also a scarab in the back that I want to grab. Cool. Oh! Okay. Alrighty. Whew. Okay, here we are at the Ravine-Veiled Village. Ravine-Veiled Village, Ruin-Strewn Precipice. It's all three names. So, the thing that I want to mention is that once you reach ALTUS Plateau, like once the screen says ALTUS Plateau, a bunch of NPCs will move and quest lines will kind of continue on their own. So one of those quest lines is the incantation vendor in Roundtable Hold. This gentleman right here, this is Brother Corheen. If you speak with him, he tells you that he's going to be leaving Roundtable Hold in search of another person named the Gold Mask. You have plenty of time remaining with Korheen before the end of his questline. His questline ends at literally the end of the game. So, like, once you have access to the final set of bosses, his questline kind of ends. He's still alive, but his like vendor capabilities are turned off. But we will find him again in the future. I just wanted to make you aware that he kind of will end up leaving. And then he just sort of like goes on like a pilgrimage almost. Like he just sort of like follows this road in various directions. And then you can always find him and give him new books if you like. And, you know, so on and so forth. The other thing that's going to happen once you reach ALTUS Plateau is this door will open and a new NPC will be there. So just be aware of that. Yeah, is Roger still here? He still is here. Okay, great. I do just want to check on his progress. I don't think his is related to ALTUS, although it could be, because I feel like Fia might leave after you get to ALTUS. Okay, Roderica and Homeboy, they never leave. So you're all good there. Let's see if I can upgrade. No. Okay, and then if Elilu does not move until you actually move her. So that's kind of nice. All right, cool. Let's go back to the Ravine-Veiled Village. While this loads, I am just going to check on Roger. Okay, I think we're fine for now. I don't think ALTUS affects her. I'm just going to check Fia. Elden Ring. Her movement is, Curse Mark of Death. Curse Mark of Death. Where do you find this? Okay. Fia does not move until you complete the Divine Tower of Liurnia questline. All right, cool. So we're good to move on. So we're going to do the Ravine-Veiled Village. This is going to be the chunk of this walkthrough. Like I said, if you have both halves of the Dectus Medallion, you don't need to do this. But I do recommend it because there are a bunch of upgrade materials and some pretty decent treasure in here. So it's worth doing. And, you know, for context reasons, I just enjoy it. I like taking this path up because it feels like, you know, if you didn't adventure through Caelid and the Dragon Barrow, you won't have the medallion halves, and you kind of have to take the long way, which is nice. All right, so it's a big green cave, lots of ruins around. It's pretty cool. If you have a fire arrow, you can shoot this backpack. It'll blow up, and you don't even need to fight the guy. So pretty helpful. Alrighty. I don't trust an empty room. Okay, so we have the Vulgar Militia here. I'm glad I looked closely. We have the Vulgar Militia here. They blend in. Yep. That's okay. We're going to be poisoned throughout a lot of this place. It's all good. Weird. Yeah, it is these, like, wood things, I guess. Anyway. Don't forget to check every nook and cranny here for smithing stones. It's a big reason why we come here. Oh. How you doing, bro? I did not see you. He's having a good time. Send that back down just in case. No, that's not a fire one. I don't think this will work. No. That's okay. Okay. That's a fire one right there. Oh, can you kill him for me? Oh, close enough. Just get rid of that poison real quick. I do hear a scarab. There's a vulgar militia right here. Might draw out a couple. Yep. Thought there'd be another. Oh, it's these, like, jacks on the ground. That's what it is. Interesting. Okay. I always just run over those things so fast that I always miss them. Cool. Got another smoldering one. That's fun. I'll come back here. The Ruin-Strewn Precipice. Nice. Okay, before we rest there, I probably should have activated it, but it's okay. Oh, thanks, hint. I definitely would have missed these. That's nice. Excuse me, nameless king man. Do I have to wake you up? Oh, boy. Oh, he's got the whip. I'm feeling now like I definitely should have... Oh, whoa, buddy. Oh, God. That was insane. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Cool. That's that. All right, now let's activate the Side of Grace, get our flasks back, and we'll move on. So this is where things start to get a little difficult. We're going to deal with a lot of bats, and the bats are going to be in weird places. With flying enemies in this game, I kind of can't always... I generally don't recommend locking on. It's just like a bit of general advice. I just can't recommend locking on. It often leads to your doom, because the camera's going to be flipping out, going every which way, and you kind of like follow it inadvertently. Like you will follow the enemy. It's just the way the camera manipulates your character. It's kind of frustrating. So try not to lock on unless you're desperate. I do want to call out, this is the Grand Lift of Dectus, so we are literally climbing the cliff alongside the Grand Lift, which is just really cool. All right. Here we go. You really want to take your time here. Hello. Cool. All right. Thank you. What the hell's this? Oh, I never knew this. That's cool. Nice. Nice little treat. Rewarding exploration. That's fun. All right, so there's a ladder that goes down here, which is... Oh, boy. Which is helpful. I'm just going to plop down, though. All right, go ahead and take out a fire arrow. Oh, boy. Great. All right. Very good. Oh. Almost missed that. The level 4 shards are going to be really helpful to you. And again, this is kind of why like I chose to come here instead of going to the underground. It's just, it seems like you're meant to come here after Caelid because of the level 4 stuff. Like maybe it's intended for you to go to Caelid, get into the Dragon Barrow, find the second medallion half, and then make your way to ALTUS or climb up here. Like it just feels like the game is balanced around that. Another really cool thing is as you're adventuring up this cliff, you'll notice that the time of day is changing. So you're literally like progressing everything as the day goes on, which again is another reason that I really like coming here. All right, so there is a bat mother there. However, there are a number of bats hanging. Gotta make some more arrows here. Make another set of these. What arrows am I using right now? Arrow. Okay. I don't think I can make those. I think I only got special stuff. All good. Alright, great. So, do your best to shoot them down. Oh, I think she stopped singing. Yep, she sure did. Alright. So, because you're not near any cliffs in this section, you can lock on safely. But just always make sure that you are able to get out of any situation that you find yourself in. Yeah, they can spread poison, and then they can also latch onto you with a grab. And when they do that, they will scream in your face. And that is pretty devastating. It can one-shot you sometimes, unless you have high health or decent defense. You gotta watch out for that. Alright, there we go. Cool. I think they're called, like, Bat Matriarchs or something. I don't know their actual name. Yeah, you'll hear more singing as you progress. There are several of them. There are a couple that you could just skip, and I actually encourage you to skip them, at least when you first encounter them. The reason for that is because they are kind of guarding an elevator, but they're not doing a great job of guarding it. Like, you could just run past them and activate it. So, I recommend doing that because there's actually a site of grace on the other side of that elevator. Alright. Cool. So we got some land octopi here. Take care of them. Oh boy. Cool. There's a bat sleeping right here, so careful. Okay, so here is going to be a bunch of land octopus and then 2 matriarchs. They're the ones singing. So you can run past them and activate the elevator. And then there's a site of grace at the top of the elevator. So for the sake... Oh, God. All right. Let's do it. Yikes. Oh, no. Okay, that didn't do too much damage. The ones in... Oh, God, they're on the elevator with me. This is the worst, bro. What are the odds of her getting on the elevator with me? I've never had that happen before. Wow. How dare you. The ones in Fort Faroth murdered me with that scream. But it looks like we have enough health. Looks like we have enough health to survive it, so that's good. Anyway, Site of Grace activated, so we can just go over here. And then don't forget, this one's wearing a crown, which is interesting. I don't know what that necessarily signifies, but she is. She's got her headpiece. Wow. All right. All right, so those are like the toughest enemies. We're going to do a little bit of platforming that can be a touch difficult. And then we're going to fight a giant land octopus. Yeah, look at that. Literally following the grand lift up the mountain. I love it. Seriously love it. All right. This is where we came up. Right? Yes. Okay, this is where we came up. So I wanted to be sure. Okay, let's go up this ladder now. And then we'll fight the land octopus. And then I do believe it is guarding a weapon. If memory serves, it's a curved sword. That might be wrong, though. All right. So land octopus aren't as intimidating as they may seem. If this is the first one that you've like voluntarily fought, you actually just want to keep hitting them in the beak, and then eventually you will stun them. I recommend killing... Oh, boy. Highly recommend killing the baby ones. Oh my god, you are relentless. Recommend killing the baby ones because the big one can eat the baby ones and use it to restore health. There we go. So yeah, they're pretty easily staggered, and then you get to do a huge amount of damage. Oh, what do you have? Okay, there we go. Serpent God's Curved Sword. Is my memory good or is my memory good? Serpent God's Curved Sword. It's always easier to find weapons this way. Curved sword fashioned in the image of an ancient serpent deity and a tool of a forgotten religion practiced on Mount Gelmir. Formerly used to offer up sacrifices, this sword restores HP upon slaying an enemy. So clearly there's a lot going on with a serpent god in Mount Gelmir. You'll find out about that eventually. All right. Interestingly enough, Rhea invites you to Volcano Manor, which has to do with that serpent. And she's also the one who told you to climb up here. Interesting context for that weapon. Cool. Everything is deliberate in these games, man. Everything. And you gotta think about how much time that takes. How much time does it take to figure out where to place your weapons? Every item, you know, like... Of course, you get the random ones that are just strewn about, you know, like your runes that are just tucked around and stuff like that. But a lot of it is deliberate. All right, so this is the boss. It's a Magma Wyrm. Pretty annoying fight, in my opinion. There is an NPC summon here, if you like. He's actually pretty good. He can kind of solo the boss, but we won't use him. Summoning for a Magma Wyrm is, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily... Oh, Jesus Christ. I wouldn't necessarily say it's ill-advised, but because of the amount of movement this thing has and the amount of lava that it leaves on the ground, yeah, I don't know. It's just not really worth it. The summon is going to die pretty quick unless it's, like, fully maxed out. There we go. Finally dealing some damage to it. Ow. Oh, God. Magma worms. Watch out for the blade. It's always a delayed hit. I'm not great at dodging that. Alright. You got to be careful when you are standing next to it, because a lot of times it can just look to its side and then shoot out a fireball. So you got to be careful with that. Nice. Alright, so this is what I would call a great lava worm. And what that means is that when it gets to 50% health, it will start moving on its hind legs. When this happens, it can spew a lot of lava, as always, but its sword attacks become more or less the primary attacks. So you need to always be keeping an eye on the sword. However, it's difficult because the boss is so big, and if you lock on, you can very easily get lost. So just watch out. The boss can walk and shoot lava. You can try to hit its tail while that's happening. Easier said than done sometimes. It can basically pivot when it does this big attack, so you're not... It's not that you're never safe, but you can't just, like, sit to the side of it and be like, oh, okay, I gotta sit here and attack the boss now. Like, it can pivot kind of on a dime, so you gotta be careful. Once it starts moving, like, you can make it track you, and then once it starts spinning, that's when you can roll. You can kind of trick it in a way. Almost got him. That's gonna be a second pound. Yikes. Oh, cool. End it with a visceral. Hopefully. Yeah, great. Alright, that's Magma Worm Makar. It's an okay fight. I'm just not great at fighting lava magma worms. It's not my bag. Really just not that good at it. But you get the Magma Worm Scale Sword and a Dragon Heart for your troubles. And then you can light this Site of Grace. Whoa. I hate when people do this. Why do people do this? Oh my god, it's completely blocking. Come on. Oh my god, that's obnoxious. Whoever's put this here. That's just stupid. Okay. Let's just start offline, I guess, to get rid of it. Very whack. I don't know why people think this is cool. Wait, I'm offline. What? Why did that happen? Anyway. Maybe I'm not offline. That'd be weird. You level up. Okay, 2 more points into Vigor and we're done. So, like I said, when you get into ALTUS Plateau, people move around. Which is fine. It's totally cool, but just be aware that getting into ALTUS Plateau is a big trigger in the game. And things move around. It doesn't cut you off from any quest lines, but it will progress quest lines regardless of whether or not you've done them. Alrighty. So it's not the grand lift, it's just the wooden lift. And then here we are in ALTUS Plateau. So basically, as soon as you take that elevator, people move. As soon as you get off, and as soon as the screen says ALTUS Plateau, people move. Now, there's a lot of carriages around here. They are guarded, and there's a number of treasures inside of them. Since we've activated this Site of Grace, I now feel comfortable taking you to the Grand Lift of Dectus. This is on the Liurnia of the Lakeside. This is what I kept showing as we were climbing up the precipice. This is along Bellum Highway. This is the Grand Lift. I came here before when we did the Frenzy Flame Village as part of the walkthrough, so if you've been following along, you should have this. And as long as you have both halves of the medallion, the first of which you get way, way back in Limgrave at Fort Height West, you get the first half there. I believe it's the right half, and then the left half is up here at Fort Feroth in the Dragon Barrow. So you can get both of those halves of the medallion, and then you can approach the lift, and then once you reach this platform, you have an option to hoist the medallion. A cutscene plays, and then at the end of the cutscene, come on, at the end of the cutscene, you will be at the top of the lift within ALTUS Plateau. So just kind of show you where exactly this is. Down there is Liurnia. So you are now way up here in the realm of the Erd Tree. This is hands down one of my favorite areas. The music here gets me a little choked up. I just think it's regal yet kind of decaying in a way. Yeah, I really, really love this area. There is a Site of Grace over here that I highly recommend you get. Okay, grab that. And then now you won't have to take the lift anymore, which disappointing, but fine. So basically the way this works is the Ruin-Strewn Precipice takes you to this side of ALTUS. The Grand Lift takes you to this side. This is like the main road. Like I said, like the workers of the Ruin-Strewn Precipice had to take, you know, like they had to go through the mine, they had to climb all the ladders, they had to do all the hard work to get up the mountain. And probably they're mining resources for the royals living in Lane Dell. That's the way I like to think about it. And they don't even have a road. You know what I mean? Like they don't even have a road that leads to the capital. Whereas the Grand Lift has the actual pathways through. So we're not going to go any further than this, but I just wanted to show you the two ways up as well as where the first sites of grace are on each side. If you follow this road, just about here, I think it is, you will find the map stele, and then you can get one of the first maps of Lane Dell, and Brother Corheen is over there as well. So you can do that. Yeah, it's sort of like in this general direction, along this road where my helmet is. Yeah, you'll find Corheen over there, along with the map stele, and then you can do that. You can sort of head into Lane Dell if you like. Just follow those stairs, although I will warn you, they are heavily guarded. And then you kind of get within the outer wall of the castle, and then you can kind of continue. The castle itself, not the castle, but the capital itself is a legacy dungeon, so we won't do it for a while. And because Lane Dell, when you kill the final boss of Lane Dell, that's like the midpoint of the game, and the path through the game gets a bit linear after that. It's sort of like the opposite of Dark Souls, where like when you get to the halfway point, actually I guess it's a bit more linear. Like you only have 3 pathways after that. But anyway, the game, not that the game stops being open world. It's not like that. It's just like one area leads directly into the next, directly into the next, directly into the next. And so like there's not really too many branching paths. There's plenty of hidden stuff. There's plenty of extra stuff. Lots to do still. But it's very much, you're kind of like, okay, after you've killed this boss, go here. You just walk straight. And it's just sort of the way it works. So with that said, I'm not sure. I don't know. I got to look at all the mines and everything and see where like the next level of upgrade materials are. What I'm trying to avoid, and I'm just speaking out loud here, the walkthrough's done, so like I'm not adventuring any further here, but what I want to try to prevent is doing ALTUS Plateau, but not doing Lane Dell immediately after. What I would really like to do is instead come out here to Mount Gelmir. In order to get there, we kind of have 2 choices. We can either teleport there. We do have that availability. We do have a teleport available to us. It's actually really close to this side of Grace. So we can do that if we like. I don't want to teleport there. I want to take the long way there because there's a lot to do, a lot to uncover, cool dungeons, like cool mini dungeons, a lot of stuff. But in order to take the intended path there, like the actual road into Mount Gelmir, we do have to go through some of ALTUS Plateau. What I'm tempted to do is to just get a map fragment and literally just run into Mount Gelmir and not worry about ALTUS. That said, I want to check where the mines are and see what the upgrade situation is like. I don't think Gelmir is going to give us too much trouble. Like, I certainly don't think we're under-leveled for it, but I just want to do this intelligently and sort of along the intended route again. We'll figure that out, though. For now, let's go ahead and go back to Roundtable Hold. I will show you that folks have changed, like things have moved around. Oh, Corheen hasn't left. That's interesting. Do I have to rest within ALTUS? Is that a thing? It's strange that he hasn't left, because he's literally along this road. That's his next stop. I think that just triggered it. I just noticed another NPC move. No. So who's this? Is this a finger reader crone? Blackguard. Weird that he moved. Weird that they even show that. Blackguard is the guy who was selling stuff at the Boil Prawn Shack. So it's weird that he moved. But Homeboy did not. Okay. Right, so now he'll move. Great, okay, so he leaves. The other thing that changes here is that this door opens. So in here is the the Dung Eater, which the narrator of the intro cutscene talks about. The Dung Eater doesn't want anything to do with you. However, eventually, he will give you a key to his cell. You will notice that he's a black phantom, or a red phantom. And that kind of indicates that, like, his body is somewhere else. This is a spirit version of him. So we haven't really seen something like this since Demon Souls, which is kind of interesting. In Demon Souls, the Crestfallen Warrior is a blue phantom. He's not, really there within the Nexus. He appears as a blue phantom. Same thing with not Sage Frake, the guy banging his head in the cell, who's screaming for help. Lord Rydell, or Ridiel, depending on which version of the game you played. Same thing as Rydell. Like, his body is somewhere else, which is interesting that they decided to bring that back of all things. I dig it. It's just interesting. All right, so that happened. Corheen left. I don't think Roger is ready to go. No, he's still here, which is good. Yep, okay. Alrighty, but we should be able to upgrade our weapon. Yeah, so Roderica actually has something to say. Talks about something you should know. She can hear howling, and there's like a smell or something. She's talking about the Dung Eater. So eventually you can get the Dung Eater to leave way later in the game, and then I think she has something else to say. All right. Oh my god. Oh, we're at level 6 now. Okay. I didn't actually realize that. So we're at level 6. Let me see something really quick. Sage's Cave, Elden Ring. Okay, Sage's Cave is in ALTUS. Okay. Interesting. Okay. The reason I'm pausing is because there's an item that you can buy from within the outer wall of ALTUS that is useful for a cave in ALTUS, but it's not exactly along the same path, which is interesting. Okay, let me check to see Smithing Stone 6. Smithing Stone 6. Where do you get these? Volcano Manor, Lane Dell, the mountains, sealed tunnel. Okay. What about sevens? Where are sevens at? Smithing, stone, 7. I feel like sevens are later, actually, but we'll see. 7. Smithing stone, 7. Halo tree, mountaintops, crumbling, shunning. Okay, so it actually kind of doesn't matter where we go next. So I feel a lot more comfortable going to Gelmir at this point because our weapon is high enough to where we're not going to find... Like, we will find 6s there, but not within a mine. And I know I'm just sort of like rambling here for the last 10 minutes of this walkthrough, but a bit to plan out here. I'm just combing this map for a mine. So there is one there. That's the sealed tunnel. That's an ALTUS. There is no mine in Gelmir. There's 2 mines in ALTUS, though. Let me look at this map really quick. There's ALTUS Tunnel. And then there's another one. I guess they're technically calling that Gelmir, maybe? Yeah, it looks like they're calling that Gelmir. Well, anyway. And there's the old ALTUS tunnel. That's still ALTUS. Okay. I'm fine just going into Gelmir after this. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to check to see where the map stells are that we need. Just to kind of make things easy to follow. Although I could probably even just skip that too. Okay, so this is good. So there's an ALTUS Plateau stell that we can grab. And then we will just literally follow that road and go into Gelmir. So that's what we'll do next. Gelmir may be a couple different parts. I assume it will be. There's a number of things to do in Gelmir, including a legacy dungeon. So yeah, what I will do though is I am going to speak with an NPC that will teleport us into Gelmir. I am going to speak with her just to make that happen because it kind of progresses a quest line. So I'm going to do that, but then we're just going to immediately warp out of it and then progress to Gelmir manually. So we'll do that. But that is it for this walkthrough. I appreciate you kind of hanging out while I kind of talked through that all. I know that was a bit much, but there's a lot of branching paths here that I want to make sure we're taking care of. Okay, so I want to give a thank you to my channel members. Thank you very much to John Aldrich, Tammy Skinner, Hector J. Estrada, Joe Saunders, Daniel Cockriel, Brian Brubaker, Spencer Young, Charles Jan, Phoenix Loader, The One and Only Me 123, Joshua S., Tiptoe Water 12, Jude Lazowski, B-Tide, The Old One, and Good Luck. Thank you very much to all my channel members. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Elden Ring, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and to join my Discord. The links for those are in the video description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.